Everybody has an opinion.
No, I don't think so.
I employ that bloke for when gigs are going bad.
You look incredibly rock and roll.
How would you cook that?
Be more entertaining. I'm glad you like that. It's a little bit of weed.
Boom.
Hello.
Good day.
Frank Walker from National Tiles.
Frank Walker.
Episode 32.
Yeah, we're hearing a little bit of a new voice in the background. Who is that?
A little echo. It's our guest this week, Tony Rogers, who is a director, writer and producer, co-created and directed the Australian series Wilfred, who I'm sure everyone remembers. I loved it. Directed the feature film Rats and Cats and the award-winning web series Bruce, and has directed some of Australia's best-known ad campaigns, such as Rhonda and Katut, which is awesome. His latest film, How to Talk Australians, the movie, which he co-wrote and directed, is now out or coming out soon. It's out. Please welcome Tony Rogers.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Hi. How are you? Good.
Uproarious applause.
Lovely to be here. Woo.
Thank you for coming in. It's great to have you.
No, it's great being here. Thank you so much.
Now, the connection between your movie, How to Talk Australians, and Lily and I is we both worked for the Australian India Chamber of Commerce. And How to Talk Australians is all about, is it Delhi or Mumbai? Where's the...
Well, it is set in Delhi.
Delhi, yeah.
Delhi, the College of Linguistics, Delhi.
Yes, which is incredible. Obviously, that's just some footage of India. You didn't film the whole thing in India,
No,
did
we
you?
filmed it. We spent a couple of days shooting there, but no, basically, we didn't use a lot of India. We could have probably done a bit more, but it's tricky.
No, sure. Yeah. And you've got quite a selection of Indian actors in Australia anyway, so there's plenty of choices.
And great people, as you may have noticed. I don't know.
And a lot of comedians as well.
Yeah, I know lots of comedians.
Who isn't a comedian these days?
Yeah.
Now, I actually read another connection, because Morry and I both live in South Melbourne, that Rob Hibbert, who you wrote the film with, he visited the Australian Pie Company here in South Melbourne.
That's correct.
And was served by an Indian Sikh man, and that's sort of what prompted the idea, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's what he says that prompted the idea. And knowing Rob, I reckon he's probably right. I mean, things like that get stuck in his head, and he has a way of thinking quite a lot about stuff. I don't know, it must gels away in there. And so he'd already done a few things, and then we caught up and started working together on it.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. And hence the so-called web, the online series, as I like to call it, but web series.
And when was the web series, the online series?
I think we shot it in around 2014, which is a fair while ago.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
right.
about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And we did that because we'd already shot a pilot earlier, and we got some money out of Screen Australia, because web series were kind of newer back then. Yeah. So we did that one on the cusp of Screen Australia introducing money for web series.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then we followed that up with Bruce, because they gave us a second round of money, so for another show. Yep.
Now, tell me about Bruce. I've not watched Bruce.
Yeah, so Bruce was a convict comedy, I guess, 2016.
Yep.
It won like 20 awards, I think more than 20 awards. You got some personally, I think, for directing, best directing in a comedy.
Yeah. We had a great time because we toured around. We were overseas a fair bit, going to festivals, you know, and it was all the rage at the time, and it was great. You know, that whole web series thing was bubbling away, you know, furiously, really.
Yeah,
because
and I mean,
people had given up on short films or into series, but I kind of figure films are back again, personally, but hey, shorts.
Good.
Films are cool
Which
now.
is great. I mean, I think they're great. Short films, longer ones, medium-sized ones, they're all good.
Well, any film's a good film.
Now, we were at the Business of Comedy conference last year in April, and then one of the topics was about about film and how comedians in particular are very good actors because they're scripted. Stand-up comedians are very, very scripted. I'm looking at the cast of How to Talk Australians, the movie, and I'm just going, I know that guy, I know that guy, I know that person. So what have we got? Nick Capper, Stuart Daulman, Rohan Ganju. I mean, he's now, has he replaced Michael Goldstein on the podcast Phone Hacks, I believe? So I'm saying his name so SEO picks up on that so that we get the subscribers. Shane Jacobson, well done. Plays a cleaner. Then obviously that was an inside joke, was it?
Shane always says that I gave him his first gig, which I think was an ad for, I've forgotten who it was for, but he was a truckie And we shot an ad, I think, just before Kenny came out.
Yeah.
So we've been friends ever since.
Yeah, great.
And the same with lots of people I think I've worked with.
Ben Knight?
Stephen Keller, Ben Knight,
Ben
I've
Knight.
worked with him.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. I mean, he's going to make it big, that guy.
He played a bad guy, yeah.
He's great. He's great. He's awesome. As are all those. I think most of those characters that we've, I've been, in a way, I've done quite a few ads, and I kind of realised early on that whether you're doing drama, comedy, porn, comedians are great.
Right. I don't know about
Doesn't know about porn, but
yeah,
That's
no,
a subcategory I haven't explored yet. Never say never.
I
But
haven't explored it either, really.
just so I don't get into trouble, I have to say the Nelson twins were also in
Oh, the
How to Talk Australian
Good evening, everyone. We're the Nelson twins.
because they would get angry at me if I didn't mention their names.
Oh, they are great. The Nelson. I have to say, those guys are phenomenal. As much as they are funny, they are both phenomenal actors.
Yeah.
They just nail fucking that sort of stuff. And and they're in the next film I'm doing as well.
Oh, fantastic. I love them in the Bee Jesuses.
Oh yeah. Well, that's where we're going. That's part of the
Going
next
that
film.
direction.
Yeah,
Do you know the Bee Jesus?
no.
Oh,
Yeah, we're film cheap, and it's not exactly because we had this idea because we did this thing called Fun TV, which is the film that's going to come out next year, and we haven't finished it. We've been shooting it for ages, but I just decided, it's time. Let's get it finished. And the Bee Jesus came out of Fun TV, and we shot something early on.
yep.
Yeah, before we did How to Talk, I think. That's how Rob and I got together, really, doing Fun TV.
Right.
So it's been going on for years, but we're about to finish it, and it's a good time because we need another film next year. So,
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, Lily's looking at me very confused. So the Bee Jesus was
Yeah,
Nelson twins,
the
Justin and
Nelson
Chris,
twins and Rob Hibbert.
and Rob Hibbert. Okay.
Yeah, old bearded
okay.
man.
He's
Yeah.
he's the taller of the
Yeah,
three,
yeah.
and it is this satirical. They're going for an audition to be a music act at this old theatre in New York, inverted commas, and everyone is it's kind of a parody version of the name. They're the Bee Gees with Jesus robes.
The Bee Jesus, because they look like Jesus and sing Bee Gees songs.
Love it.
We're a Bee Gees cover band.
Why are you all dressed as Jesuses?
We're called the Bee Geeses.
What were there was a lesbian group or something, was there?
It's Les Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin, fantastic.
Oh, it's so
There's another band
good.
also called the She Gees, who will feature later on. You haven't seen them yet, but they're the biggest Bee Gees cover act in America.
Oh, wow.
The She Gees.
The She
Fictitious, but why I think they should exist. Really.
And to your point about the Nelson twins, Chris and Justin, very good actors in that.
Oh, they are
in that
so
show.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're funny too. But I think really and truly what impresses me is that, they're just great actors.
They're
They
such
really
great
are.
actors that most people don't know that they're actually just one dude.
Yeah.
Just one guy.
No, how do you play two people? That's the extraordinary
That's
thing
the
about
movie
them.
magic.
It's a puppet. One of them's got his hand up the other one's ass. But we won't tell you who.
That's it.
I get
Almost.
I'm about 90% spotting the difference between Chris and Justin. There's a certain difference. Is that
No, I have trouble.
no? You have
But
not.
I can tell by the energy. They've got a slightly different energy. They really are good people.
Well, Justin has trouble getting upstairs because he's vegan.
Really? Oh, poor bugger.
Yeah,
I
so
didn't
he's
know
Not
that-
enough
that Chris
energy.
had even Chris hadn't told me that. See, they stick together, those twins.
yeah.
All right, getting into the news. Actor Sam Neill has passed away at age 78. His family said the loss was sudden and unexpected, and he died in Sydney surrounded by his family. His comedy credits include Death in Brunswick, The Dish, Hunt for the Wilder People, Dean Spanley, Dirty Deeds, one of my faves, and Rams, but there's so many. I mean,
Well, you're a big science fiction fan. You've got to name Event Horizon.
Event Horizon, I left it out.
It was kind of like a spooky ghost movie meets aliens.
Not necessarily a comedy, which is why I left it out. But,
Okay, all right.
depending on your taste.
Well, no, it was. There was one comical moment. I don't know if you spotted it. He's an Australian, but you know how the Americans have patches on everything that they wear? He has a patch, and instead of the Union Jack, it's the Aboriginal flag. Yeah, and everyone went, oh. Even though he was born in Ireland? He was born in Ireland, grew up in New Zealand,
yeah.
and then obviously grew most of his life in Australia.
That was quite ahead of its time, really. Good stuff.
Well
He's a
done.
good guy.
The Fox releases its first trailer. The first trailer has been released for the Australian dark comedy The Fox. The feature is the directing debut for Dario Russo, the creator of Italian Spider-Man and co-director of Danger 5. The film stars Jay Courtney, Emily Browning and Damon Herriman. The voice cast includes Olivia Colman as the fox, and the late Sam Neill did also lend his voice to the cast. The story follows Nick, the heir to a wealthy rural family who discovers his fiancée Corey has been unfaithful. After catching a talking fox, he's offered a deal. If he spares the fox, it'll help transform Corey into a perfect partner by pushing her into a magic hole, essentially. So that opens on the 29th of October in Australian cinemas, The Fox.
Okay, does that? Ooh. You've been to a few awards. Were you anything at the St Kilda Film Festival? The short.
I was
film
in a short.
You
I
were
was
in
a short film acting. Yeah.
Yeah. What were you playing?
Rob Draper, a friend, a director and writer, has written the film, and I said I could get someone else, but he said no, I want you, so I'm in it. And apparently people like it, and looks like it's going to be a feature, so I might be acting in that.
Oh, fantastic!
Ooh.
What kind of character you play?
Oh, dirty old bastard that kills people.
So method acting, essentially.
Yeah, basically. I don't even like killing ants, but, you can get into the character if you have to.
Yeah.
Well, a question, in the YouTube shorts that you did for How to Talk Australians, there's a section where they pull up in their car and they're talking about Australian food, and there's a dead kangaroo on the side of the road, and the gentlemen who are of Indian background get out of the car, but they're in the outback, and they put the carcass of the kangaroo in the back of their, whatever it was, a Kingswood or something, wagon, and then they drive off and they talk about how Australians eat meat every day. Was that a live? Oh, sorry, was it a dead real kangaroo? Was it a stuffed kangaroo? What was
my partner Carol, who's an awesome she doesn't like me saying it, but I reckon she's one of the best props makers in the country. She actually works as a scenic artist, but she also does a bit of this and that.
Yeah.
And she made all those animals.
Wow.
But I still reckon the next film's got a possum she made in it, which I think's even a step above. Like, it's so real, it's crazy. But yeah.
And these are
that's Carol Van Rees. Yeah.
Fantastic. Are these animals made out of the original fur, or
no?
She's
painted fur for years. She used to do the Maya windows for about 15 years, 16 years. So she'd paint them and make them look real. And so she just went up to Savers and bought, animals, fluffy animals, and then you paint the fur, and make it look like the real thing,
and then skin them, or
you take the fur off and stitch it up, and she uses sand to weight the arms so they don't, so they look real. So if the minute you weight them, they actually look pretty real. Put a bit of weight in them.
Oh, then
so I think that kangaroo she ran across the road with had a couple of bricks in it.
Right, for the heaviness as they carry it off.
If they don't look heavy, they don't look real.
That's great. I love any practical effects in film.
No, it's very cool.
So when they said it's all trapdoors, mirrors and pieces of string, it is almost, is it?
Yeah,
and
mainly.
bricks.
Yeah, what's
a lot of string.
Yeah.
What's that Simpsons? There's a bit in The Simpsons where they're making a movie and it's like, how do you make a cow? It's like, you just paint a horse or something. It's like, don't worry, it looks fine on screen.
I must admit, the one time I've had a zebra, I was in the back streets in a lane in Fitzroy, and we had a friend there who was painting a donkey, and we actually had a zebra, and the donkey was great. They had to bring two donkeys, so we were in the heart of Fitzroy, two donkeys, because the donkey wouldn't behave unless its partner was there. They were both there. This is true. And it put up with it, painted a zebra, looked pretty real.
Did you have to paint the partner somewhere. Donkey?
No, the partner was fine.
So they got into it.
The partner just stood by and they both felt okay.
With the amount of bearded men in Brunswick and the donkey, it would be like a scene out of Easter.
He has risen.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Taskmaster Australia has revealed the 5 contestants competing in Season 6. The cast includes Charlie Pickering, Shane Jacobson, Frankie McNair, Tom Walker and Ursula Carlson. So that season will air in 2027, although dates have not yet been announced.
So Shane Jacobson again.
Yeah, he's good. He's a great guy. Yeah. He is good.
British comedian, author and former doctor Adam Kay has announced a 7-city Australian tour. He's bringing his show 'Twas the Night Shift Before Christmas live to Perth, Canberra, Adelaide, Brisbane, Sydney, Newcastle and Melbourne. The show combines stories from his medical diaries with new stand-up and Christmas songs. The tour begins in Perth on the 30th of November and finishes in Melbourne's Hamer Hall on the 15th of December.
Good-o.
A defamation lawsuit seeking $27 million from Zimbabwean comedian Learnmore Janasi has ended. The Lion King composer and former performer Lebo M, filed the case in a Californian federal court in March. So the dispute followed Genasi's appearance on a podcast where he jokingly translated the film's opening Zulu chant as, "Look, there's a lion, oh my God." He didn't find that funny, saying that it's actually a sacred piece of Zulu royal praise poetry, and alleged the joke trivialised its cultural significance. Both parties agreed to voluntarily dismiss the case without prejudice. So it can be brought back. The case can be brought back at any time. But, I mean, there's a great example of it's just a joke. Just jokes.
Or was it an amazing marketing to get both of their names in the press?
Well, yeah, that's true.
We could get him for the Melbourne Comedy Festival. What was his name again, the comedian?
Learn more Genasi.
Learn more Genasi. It sounds like a task. It sounds like on Taskmaster. All right, you need to learn more Genasi.
Is that how you pronounce it?
I hope so. That's how it's spelled.
Well, they're very litigious, so be very careful. We might be sued for mispronouncing his name.
Oh, well, as long as it gets dismissed without prejudice, I think we'll be fine. And wrapping up the news, Fisk Season 4 scripts are underway. Yay! Kitty Flanagan revealed on Have You Been Paying Attention on Monday that her sister Penny and herself have begun writing scripts for a 4th season of Fisk. They wouldn't go ahead with that. The question I have, are they going to bring Marty Sheargold back?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
His character was great, but
how did they exit his character in series 3? Or did he? Or they wrapped up?
He was taken by aliens.
Was he? I don't even know.
It'd be a shame if he's not. I mean, look, if Louis C.K. can make a comeback at the atrocious thing that he publicly did and admitted to, I think making a comment about.
Yeah, look, having bad or wrong or distasteful opinions, very different, especially when, I mean, Marty Sheargold isn't a politician or someone actually impacting anyone's lives with his opinions. So, I don't know. Has he done his time? Time will tell.
Yeah. Call in, listeners. We'd like to know.
Well, this is about the time in the podcast where I get a bit thirsty. Cool. So let's crack open a beer.
Get on the beers. That's appropriate. Just do it.
All right. There is a fantastic little boutique beer and wine shop in the South Melbourne market. It's called Swords Beer and Wine. And I was down there again this afternoon at 12 getting my South Melbourne dim sims and my beer. This one is similar to one that we had before, the Czech lager. It's from the same family. This one is called Fickle Zwickel Vienna Lager.
And this is the Sailor's Grave Brewing again. I love that. So firstly, I've got to note it is a 355ml with a 5%, so it's 1.4 drinks. However, the can is absolutely delightful. I haven't even tried it yet. It may be a children's drawing, but I like to think it reminds me of, those medieval paintings where it shows, the whole from the start of the war to the end of the war. It looks like one of those.
What are they doing?
A tableau, that's what it's called. I remember from history lessons now. Tableau, it's a beautiful tableau.
Looks like they're making bread or something. They're definitely drinking, and someone's putting something in a large oven, but I can't tell you. So it's a Vienna, that's Austria.
And it's delicious.
Yeah.
Which is
they're
important
round
to know.
dough balls, so maybe it was the invention of pizza.
Could have been.
Hey.
They dropped one and it made it flat. And
and then some pisshead ate it. David Hasselhoff came in and ate it off the floor. Do you remember the David Hasselhoff when he was an alcoholic and he came home one night and he was eating a burger off the floor and his daughter filmed him and put it on the internet to shame him?
I didn't know he was an alcoholic and I didn't know he did that either.
Oh, absolutely classic memory, David Hasselhoff eating off the floor.
That's
anyway.
Great.
Was that why he had to have a car that drove itself?
Don't hassle the Hoff.
Yeah, what are those machines that you have to breathe into to get the car to drive?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a very expensive version of that, yeah?
100%. 100%. Well, I think that's quite nice.
Bad, is it?
Would drink again.
Yeah. Sailor's Grave Brewing is past Bairnsdale. So if you know that, on the east Gippsland area. So it is past Bairnsdale. It's probably the biggest. And it's Orbost, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I've not been to Orbost in a very, very long time. So hello, Orbost. And thank you, Sailor's Grave Brewing. It's a very nice beer.
Yeah. Rate it.
Yeah, not very far from Malakuta, which is also great, Can River, and the border into New South Wales.
Moving into history. On the 11th of July 1966, Mick Malloy was born in Canberra. He began performing comedy while studying at the University of Melbourne and joined the D-Gen after the group saw him in the university's 1987 review. Yeah, happy birthday, Mick. He turned 60.
He's a big Tigers fan, we know that.
He is.
But born in Canberra, interesting. He didn't become a big rugby, but obviously did his studies in Melbourne. So.
Yeah. Melbourne Uni, smart boy. On the 15th of July 1988, A Fish Called Wanda went into general theatrical release in the United States. Directed by Charles Crichton, the screenplay was by John Cleese, and it followed a group of diamond thieves double-crossing one another after a robbery, with Cleese's barrister character being drawn into the plot. Awesome film. 3 Academy Award nominations.
It was great. Kevin Kline. First time I saw that name, I thought it was an underwear brand. I didn't realise Kevin Kline was an actor. But I think Back to the Future had come out around the same time, and there was a scene where his mum thinks that his name is Calvin Klein because his underwear has Calvin Klein on it.
I think Michael Palin was in it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he have a lisp or something? He was an awkward sort of character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Anyway, I think, did he swallow a fish? Yeah. There was.
On the 9th of July 2008, The Hollow Men premiered on ABC One. Created by working dogs Santo Chilaro, Tom Gleisner and Rob Sitch, it followed the fictional Central Policy Unit, a group advising the Prime Minister. It won the 2009 Logie for Most Outstanding Comedy Program.
Wow.
Not much else to say about it, really. It ran for 12 seasons.
They love the driest topics, don't they? They did, of course, currently Utopia.
Yeah, love Utopia.
Which is like Transurban or something, equivalent of big builds and stuff. They what else did they do? Did they do? Oh, The Dish, I guess, was pretty dry. That was about a outback town that had a dish that helped with the moon landing.
Yep.
Or did
I find Working Dog does so well. I mean, they're amazing, full stop. But what they really do well is small stories, and it's all about the interpersonal. It's not about this huge blockbuster. This happens in the first act. The second act's going to be this, and then there's the conflict and da-da-da. It's all about the small intricacies of people and moments and situations, which is very Australian, I think, as well.
Which is the way you kind of write, back to you, Tony, particularly with Wilfred. And that relationship, the Australian version I got into perhaps a little bit more than the American version, which you were involved with the Australian version more so. Yeah. And that intricacy of the conversation between the dog, Wilfred, and the main character.
Yeah. Well, Adam and Jason love that as well. I still do. I don't know. I think dusting's interesting, basically.
Dusting, like literally dusting.
And that's where it's at.
Right.
You laugh, but it's
style of comedy.
Yeah, it's the commonality that everyone
comedy.
shares.
Yeah.
Something that everyone can go, oh my God, I do that. That's so, we all have that same thought. It's very binding.
And I probably haven't had enough stuff out there, but hopefully Fun TV will kind of show more of, how.
Could you tell us a bit more about Fun TV?
Yeah.
It's really about 3 guys and Danielle Walker, who you probably know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the comedian, female comedian. Yeah, Danielle.
And they set up a analog network. So it's Move Over Digital, Analog is Back.
Hey.
And it's between $2.50 and $3 a month, so it's sort of competing with Netflix. But the whole thing about the series is these people trying to make shows to fill out their network. Yeah. So like for example, we shot a scene a couple of years ago where it's actually the Sci-Fi Cooking Channel. And so, it's basically Darth Vader using the Force to slice carrots. But,
okay.
That's Rob Hibbert's joke, not mine, I must admit. I want to clarify
That's funny.
Because isn't in Star Trek, don't they have
replicators. You're talking about replicators. Do you think people don't like sci-fi as much anymore because we're living in sci-fi now? We're living in it and it's not as exciting for our brains.
I've seen a little post going around Instagram and Facebook which shows futuristic movie timelines. And it gives you the date that they were set in. Obviously, they were made many years before. And so for 2027, which is the closest one, Children of Men, which is that, I think that
I love that movie.
one.
I like that too.
That was dark and so, it was kind of end of days.
Great concept. Was it a book prior? I don't know, but it was very well written.
And then 2 more years from now, we're back into 12 Monkeys with Brad Pitt.
Wow.
Yeah. I just want to add another date. We talked about Sam Neill and his movie, which I quoted Event Horizon, not a comedy, correct, Lily, but we hit 2047. That's Event Horizon.
Oh.
So if spoiler alert, Event Horizon is pretty much when the devil gets pulled back into our world through this science fiction. I think they're trying to teleport, or they're trying to go bend time.
Yeah, they're
space.
trying to do some time shit, and they break it. They break it, and they rip open the fabric of time and space.
The devil arrives.
Well, 2047, I'll be 57, so bring it on. I'll still be good. I'll be smoking a dart and punching a beer, and it'll be all right.
In eternal damnation. All right.
Morry. Tony.
Yep.
I don't know if you know this.
I don't know if you know this, kids. Has it ever made you pause?
Frank Sinatra's My Way was linked to a series of fatal videoke, not karaoke, videoke, disputes in the Philippines known as the My Way killings.
No way!
So in 2010, the New York Times reported that at least six people but it's more like 12 people, had been killed during the previous decade in incidents connected to the performances of the song My Way. In 1994, former Philippine national basketball player and coach Rogelio Melencio, apologies, bro, he was stabbed after ordering a man off stage because he disliked the way the man performed My Way. And then in 2007, a 29-year-old man was shot dead by the security guard who complained that he was singing out of tune. In 2018, a 61-year-old man was stabbed during a birthday party after taking the microphone from a neighbour who was about to sing My Way. Their argument turned into a fight and he was stabbed.
Wow.
So the incidents became so notorious that most venues were reportedly removing the song from their karaoke lists. There's no evidence that the song itself caused the issue, but it was enough of an issue for them to ban My Way in the Philippines. So,
wow. The equivalent in Australia would be K-San by Coach Chisel. I think everyone's sung K-San.
Oh, yeah. I think I might have – I have some video of you at the Rubber Chicken actually singing some karaoke.
Yeah, I think but it was Guns N' Roses from memory.
It was Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
Rubber Chicken.
Rubber Chicken Pub, the comedy pub, which I don't think you were able to. 2.5 years it lasted through the second half of COVID. We hung on for dear life, but we unfortunately succumbed the Labor government's 6 crackdowns. But that's another story.
All right, Hughesy, calm down.
Back to you, Tony, on karaoke. Are you a bit of a singer? No?
Nah.
What has to happen prior to you getting up? Is it a bottle of red wine or a couple of 6-packs of beer? What?
You just have to tell me to do it and I'll do it.
Okay, so peer group pressure. Understand?
Oh, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's about 14 Frangelicos.
Oh, really?
You can't get me off the stage. And it's bad. All right, Moz, you've been funny in the moment this week, have you?
Yes, I have been. And again, for Tony and for new listeners' sake, funny in the moment is where one of us, Lily or myself, often it's myself, Lily also partakes, walks down the street, goes to Bunnings, has a interaction with a stranger or a regular person that they interact with, perhaps at the baker or the supermarket or wherever, and tries to get a smile out of them or a laugh. And we call that funny in the moment, where in the moment, out of nowhere, someone has a chuckle. And I've got a good one. It does, again, involve South Melbourne, and it does involve bread of sorts. A big fan of South Melbourne Bakery. That's the name of the shop on Clarendon Street. Chris is the baker there, wakes up very early to make some amazing croissants. They do a great coffee as well, one of the best coffees in South Melbourne, in my humble opinion. I was walking the dog, Luna, as many of our listeners have heard about my dog, Labradoodle, called Luna. And it was a morning and I was deciding I would go in and grab a croissant and a coffee from South Melbourne Bakery. As I walked in, now it's cold now, so the door was closed, and I reached it. There's a glass door, so I could see into the coffee shop / bakery, and I could see Chris, the owner, and he had his finger, his right hand, his index finger to his nostril. At the time, I thought he was kind of doing that Bushman's hanky type of. He obviously wasn't doing one in the shop.
A bush oyster.
A bush oyster. Yeah. That's what it kind of looked like. But as I opened the heavy door, suddenly the sound could be heard, and I could hear the last part of his sentence. And he said, "Well, that's just the stereotype you have." And he was kind of making a joke to a couple of people waiting, but he was referring to and teasing I think she's relatively new, a lady of South American background. And I had one or 2 seconds to make a response, and I did, and I said, "Oh, you're from Colombia." And the room erupted. It was early morning because, of course, he was doing a cocaine stereotype. But it was perfect timing because I knew that me making the comment would add to the fact about stereotypes.
Yeah.
And I hope to God that she would take it well. She did. She loved it. I then told her a story about an experience I had with the Colombian and American. He was a lovely guy, and no cocaine was consumed. But the point being is, it was funny in the moment. It was a team effort. Everyone laughed.
That's a good one, and then everyone laughed. Yeah. That's a high risk, high reward. Funny in the moment there, because you really could have absolutely bombed walking. People could have been like, "You racist, fucking get out of here, get out of here," But no, good stuff.
I think the best thing when it comes to racism, I'm pretty good at it. And so my wife is from China. I never make any references to China. I make references to cities. So if you say things like "bloody people from Shanghai," she's like, "Yeah, people from Shanghai suck," because she's from Chengdu, right? So I think a couple of weeks ago I mentioned, might have been last week, I said every time you see someone incorrectly do a hook turn in Melbourne, you go, must be from Sydney. Doesn't matter what they look like. They could be old, young, they could be an immigrant. If you just say, "Oh, bloody Sydney person," you can get away with everything. It's great. So just mention the city.
Right. So racists need to buff up on their geography.
That's it. Yeah, I'm not suggesting you call everyone from Delhi, though.
No, don't pick on Delhi.
No.
There's so many of them, they'll bash you.
Well, they're Australians is very good.
Yeah.
What was one of the best jokes out of How to Talk Australians that you're very proud of? Well, I'll tell you one of my favourites. It was a consumption of lamb or something.
Oh, yeah.
The average Australian family eats 3.5 lambs a fortnight.
How much was off the cuff?
I find that most, stuff does get done off the cuff, but I just really think the best comedy is written because you need time to come up with great jokes or great stuff.
True.
So there is great jokes. Rohan Ganju is fantastic at the quick line.
Yep.
Yeah, some of the stuff he came out with was hilarious. So quite a few of those lines got in.
Yeah, great. So not scripted, he just naturally came up with them.
And I met him a few years before that, and I kind of liked him. I wasn't really sure what he was like, but I started to realise, I think he's pretty good. And by the time we got to the film, to shooting it, yeah, he's fantastic.
Did any of the actors have to retrain their Indian stereotype?
Well, Rohan did. Most of them did. Yeah, most of them. Not all of them, because quite a few of them just speak with an accent that's quite acceptable.
Yep.
And I remember asking, because Rohan hasn't really spoken with an Indian accent.
No, sure.
And he's practiced, and he got a bit of encouragement from some different people. But in India, everybody thought he was fine.
Oh, good.
I asked them over there, I said, "What do you think of this guy?" And they just... Yep. No, he sounds Indian to us.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And he did the training in Tarneet, did he?
Maybe. Yeah, that was a good
Or
joke.
Dandenong.
I don't know.
Again, for our listeners...
Maybe out of Dandenong.
Out of Dandenong. For our listeners outside of Victoria and outside of Australia, we've got two main hubs in Melbourne, Tarneet, which is the newer hub, and the traditional land of India, that's Dandenong. Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
So we're about to wrap up now. So, Tony, the How to Talk Australians movie, if someone wants to go and see it in the real movie cinema, where can they go?
Oh, good question. I know it's playing in Queensland.
Is it?
It has been playing at the Nova. It's been playing at the Waverley.
Yeah, there's limited screenings at Village Cinemas and also Cinema Nova.
Yeah.
So check those
out.
out.
There will be more. There will be more, because we're talking to people and there's going to be more, because it has built a bit of – there's a lot of people trying to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think it's growing. It's not stopping.
And probably the bigger market is the streaming market anyway, right?
Well, I don't know, but we'd like to. I reckon people are happy to go and see it, but it's just like you said, people turn up to cinemas and they can't see it because it's not on. So
right,
but it's just the nature with Australian film. There's not enough money in it. It's the way it is. But we've just been in Winton, in the outback outback Queensland,
Yep.
sort of about 17 hours drive from Brisbane, and we're at a festival, and it was great. People loved it. So
Fantastic.
And there was about 150 people in the audience, I think. So
Yeah.
we've had some successful screenings.
Well, I have to finish by saying Adam, my butcher, who is also, I think, one of your actors.
Yeah.
What does he play? When I buy meat off him, we've got all of about 15 seconds to communicate.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And we struggled to get him in because we wanted to get him in, but there is some other stuff, and I reckon we are going to do a series, so he'll get in. There'll be more things for you to do.
Yep.
But he's actually at the accident. Unfortunate accidents ward, selling gifts like flowers and balloons and stuff.
Very good.
And there was things just don't always get into movies.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
But
just
it's
again,
not because he's good. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's my butcher. Every time I go to this one butcher in South Melbourne Market, I get my cuts of meat specifically from him, and he gives me some inside goss on the best way to cut and cook a meat.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he's also an actor. So
And he loves it. He loves it. He loves it. He really does.
Yeah.
And that was Rob's friend up front, because Rob works in South Melbourne.
Well, Tony Rogers, thank you very much for coming to South Melbourne from north of the river.
Yeah,
Thank
mate.
you. That's cool.
I look
Thank
forward
you
to
for having me, and I'd just like to say you guys are great at this.
Yeah, episode 32. We've been doing this a while now.
Yeah, 32.
Yeah.
That's us. I'm very grateful for you being here.
Oh, no. It's a pleasure.
Can't wait to keep up with what you're doing and what you'll be pumping out in the future. Thank you very much,
Yep.
Tony Rogers.
Thank you.
And guys, that's been another episode of This Week in Comedy.
Be more entertaining. I'm glad you like that. It's a little bit of weight.